We are rolling right along with the segments today of Get Married in the Smokies. I hope you've enjoyed, the speakers we have, the topics we're trying to cover, and it's my duty, really my goal, to really highlight, educate, and get as many wedding professionals on this show to help their businesses grow and help our area grow. So again, go to Facebook, like the Mountain Fun Life page, keep in tune with what we're doing. You can message me in my page, Ron Crivoloni, or go to my company page, Smoky Mountain Sounds. Anyway, we're getting ready to do an educational segment here on Get Married in the Smokies, so let's roll that intro. Smoky Mountain Sounds is proud to be a community sponsor of Get Married in the Smokies. Smoky Mountain Sounds is your one-stop resource for your wedding needs here in the Great Smoky Mountains of Tennessee. You can check us out on the internet, SmokyMountainSounds.com, or on Facebook, Smoky Mountain Sounds. Smoky Mountain Sounds is a proud community sponsor of Get Married in the Smokies. Welcome to Get Married in the Smokies here, live in the DDX studios in Pigeon Forge this afternoon. Happenings that are coming. Sevier County Fair is right around the corner. Sevier County Fair is August 28th through September 3rd. For more information about exhibiting or finding out exactly what's going to be happening, SevierCountyFair.org. So make sure you take a look at that. Also, if you're in the mood for some dancing, especially, learning how to merengue or even salsa, the Salsa Knox Latin Dance Company is going to be doing dances here, or instruction, I guess, every Tuesday from 7 to 8 p.m. at the My People Activity Center. For more information on that, you can go to salsaknox.com, and here's a little clip about that.
Guys, I'm Waldo Solano, so you want to continue or come to try for the first time with the salsa class here in Sevierville. I can see you next week, so it will be every Tuesday, 7 to 8, all right? If you want to sign out, you can go to my website, salsaknox.com. And this is where you can look for you. I understand you learned class today. One you don't know yet. Bye.
My name is Ron, your host for Get Married in the Smokies. I appreciate the opportunity for this to not only help each week have different guests to recognize and highlight their business, but also knowing that we're a destination area to kind of educate, let people know what you might need to come in, what to look for. But we also know that the wedding industry has changed. I mean, compared to even 10 years ago, it's so different than it is now. And to me, as the business is happening, it's kind of a thing to where if you're not growing, you're dying. And I've got some stats and different things that I want to share with you now, kind of give you an idea of where we're at, and not only in the wedding industry, but in business as general, as you see the changes that are happening. So there's a lot of talk these days about millennials. And we know that millennials are born from 1980 to 1997. We know that change is constant. Regardless of whether we want to grasp it or not, change is inevitable, because all have to realize that our roles here are temporary. Here's the biggest thing when it comes to millennials and what they're looking for. They have spent more time than previous generations when it comes to researching a product, 63% actually, and about 40% before buying on big purchases. We would say probably between 1 to 5 hours has been the norm as far as what they do researching a product, getting to know that product, finding out if it fits what they're looking for. Their biggest fear is debt. The reason being is because a lot of them grew up in the time to where the housing market crashed, where a lot of businesses, a lot of parents lost their 401ks because of that market crash. We also know, too, that we're in a time to where this is the lowest rate in over 50 years where people are getting married. They're just not rushing to the altar. But we're also in a period to where you've got twice as many venues now and 2 times the wedding professionals that we had even 15 years ago. So does that mean that the pie for the wedding business is smaller? It does, but that means that now we have to be more specific on the target we're looking for, our target audience. We have to know exactly the avenues to which we need to market to. And here's an example. I know that when I got into business many years ago, it was necessary to place an ad in a phone book. It was necessary to get into a bridal show. It was necessary to advertise in a wedding magazine. Now, not so much. There's very few wedding magazines out now that actually have that core market, that core audience that make a difference when it comes to your advertising dollars. A lot's been replaced by Google. I mean, having Google Plus, Google Pages for your business is really now more essential than it used to be. Being able to be found, easily accessed through a phone, tablet, or smartphone is how people are doing their shopping now. So if you have a social media page, if you have a website, to be able to fit on the screen of that phone is really what's going to help your business stand out from the others. Bridal shows are still very relevant, as it gives the couples an avenue to not only do the shopping online, but also to see the vendors or products they might have researched before and actually meet them face to face. If you think about technology and how it's changed, I mean, let's think about companies that have gone out of business like Tower Records, Blockbuster, and of course recently Toys R Us. These are a lot of businesses that, let's face it, they refused to change with the times. They didn't evolve, they didn't grow. And because of that now, their relevancy has diminished and they've had to close their doors. I mean, another company that's on the verge of that is JCPenney. I mean, let's face it, that was a retail shop that I shopped at for years, and now they're becoming non-existent. But if you look at companies like Netflix, PayPal, Amazon, these are companies that have embraced technology. These are companies that have looked at their market to know that these are what people are looking for, so they're supplying it with them. If you're a business that is not blogging, then you're missing the boat. Because yes, it's great to have a website, you can have a social media page, but it's shown that now that as millennials are doing their research, they're looking for companies that are active in what they're posting on Facebook, but they're looking for content that is relative to what their business is. So I encourage you to blog. If you can do it once a month, great. Twice a month, even better, or at least once a week. Therefore, not only does that make you look like an expert in your field, but Google actually picks that up, and that actually gives you a higher placement on Google because you are posting more and branding it with your business. 69% are loyal to a brand. So if your brand is consistent and that you're out every weekend and you're getting reviews and seeing the different professionals that want to work for you, you're actually being followed. And that's a better return than my generation, which is considered Gen X, and of course then the baby boomer generation, which would be my parents. Marketing. Be clear about your website. Be clear about your brand. Make sure that they know who you are and what you offer. Because if there's any confusion, sometimes they're not going to take the time to get to know about your business. Because the end result to them is more important than the process of knowing who you are and what you offer and how it's relevant to them will help you gain their business. Be specific on the different things that you offer. Are you a florist? Are you a caterer? What are you known for? What's your brand? How did you get across to become branded like that? What are the very things that people are saying about you that you can use as keywords when it comes to your social media presence? One of the things that I recommend personally is education. I just came back from a conference that was very beneficial to me of knowing where I want to go and how I want to be perceived, and exactly if I need to get specific on what I need to do to get to that point. Biggest thing too is taking stock. Nowadays, it's not enough just to put yourself out there and say, hi, I'm this, or hi, I'm that. You want to take stock in the type of business that you are, as well as the client that you're looking for. Get to know who they are. Get to know what their needs are, because the more you take interest in who they are and their hobbies and interests, the more they're going to want to know about your business, and the more they're going to want to do business with you. We know how the business has changed. Today, it's about text. It's about being available on Messenger. It's about either Skyping or using Zoom when it comes to consultations, especially if you're in a destination area. I am technically a dinosaur, and that technology has been very hard for me to embrace. But I also understand the relevance of wanting my business to grow and staying in business and realizing that I need to be available for text, for Messenger, for Skype, for Zoom. All these things are what the current generation kind of grew up on because they grew up on technology. And we as a business need to understand that we need to embrace this in order for us to stay relevant and in order for our phone to ring or for us to continue to have bookings. If there are any questions you have, I'd be happy to go into more detail and depth with you about the changes in today's technology, about how social media has really made this into a different industry, about how to better brand your business. I'd be more than happy to help you with that and to help get you resources that could help you. But we have to understand one thing, that this is not the wedding business that it was 15 years ago. And in order for us to stay relevant, in order for us to continue to have a business, that we need to change. We need to understand where we're at in a world of technology, and we need to understand what our clients are looking for. So, my name is Ron with Smoky Mountain Sounds, your host for Get Married in the Smokies. It is an honor to do this show, and if you have any questions, feel free to go to Mountain Fun Like, message them. Like their page, tell me you want to be on the show. If there's any other content you'd like to know about, please reach out to me. Go to my personal Facebook page, Ron Crivoloni, and I'd be glad to answer questions, or I'd be glad to have you on one of our segments. Thank you to Mountain Fun Life. Thank you to DDX Studios, and I hope that you've got a lot out of this week, and we'll be seeing you soon. And also, if you're looking for something to do in the Smokies, check out Sky High Air Tours. There's nothing like a biplane ride to give you a different view of the Smokies, and we're going to go out with that today.
Flying higher and higher and higher.
Well, I've developed what is probably the world's worst business plan. It's not about making money. It's about taking people flying. That's my real goal. I got to make money to keep the airplane flying, but you don't own an airplane like this. An airplane like this, you're a caretaker. It's been around for 90 years, and I hope it's around for another 90 years after I'm gone. So I just got it for a period of time, and during that period of time, like I said, I'd like to just take as many people flying and share the experience of being in an open cockpit with as many people as I can. So come out and go flying with this.
Absolutely, come out and go flying. This is a great experience. You need to bring your kids to do this. You need to bring your parents to do this. You just won't have a better adventure on a Saturday afternoon.
I always appreciate a second pair of eyes. Boy, did we pick a beautiful day to go flying. I love all them white fluffy clouds.
It is an absolutely gorgeous day. Thank you for taking us up, Mark.
Oh, you're welcome.
Flying higher and higher and higher.
Smoky Mountain Sounds is proud to be a community sponsor of Get Married in the Smokies. Smoky Mountain Sounds is your one-stop resource for your wedding needs here in the Great Smoky Mountains of Tennessee. You can check us out on the internet, SmokyMountainSounds.com, or on Facebook, Smoky Mountain Sounds. Smoky Mountain Sounds is a proud community sponsor of Get Married in the Smokies.